Hello, my name is John Zelno, and I'm running for 4th Ward Alderman in Moline. Thank you for inviting me to your forum tonight. I appreciate it very much. A little bit about myself. I've been married to Sarah for 23 years. She's an elementary school teacher at Our Lady of Grace Catholic Church in East Moline. Sarah and I have 2 children, Zach, who's 21, Zoe, who is 19. They are both currently enrolled at Iowa State University and both majoring in education. I've lived in Moline for 55 plus years, and I come from a family of policemen and firefighters. My father and 2 uncles were policemen in Moline, and my 2 uncles and a cousin were firefighters in Moline, and they both did their best to keep me out of trouble. I graduated from Moline High School in 1978, and since then I've had 2 jobs. The first one, I worked for Black Hawk Builders as a carpenter for 13 years. And in 1992, I started my own construction company. We do residential construction. We have currently 3 employees, and we've been in business for 29 years. I also own RTZ Holdings, a real estate company. We have approximately 15 commercial units, and we lease those spaces to a variety of Moline companies. Belong to Christ the King Catholic Church. I was a member of the Moline JCs for 20 years, serving as president in 1988. Also served on the board of directors of Short Hills Country Club, and I was on the board of directors of Crime Stoppers of the Quad Cities for 20 years, serving as its president for 17 years. In 2014, I was appointed to a vacated 4th Ward Alderman seat, and I've served there for 3 years. The reason I'm running this year is I really want to help make a difference. I want to see the success of Moline continued. I want to see Moline to be a great city and a great place to live and raise a family. My vision aligns with the current council's efforts of 4 years of lower taxes, balanced budgets. The city debt has been lowered by $25 million, and they've had no layoffs. These are very, very positive things for the citizens of Moline, and they must be very happy with the accomplishments of our current city council. I know I am. I want to continue to raise the bar. I want to participate and continue the future success of Moline. You know, I bring 3 years of council experience, 30 years of business experience, common sense, and problem-solving skills to the table. And I'd like the opportunity to make a great city just a little bit better. Allow me to be part of a team that identifies issues that can be better. Find competent solutions that will improve our community and our public services. I think these are important things. I will always support the outstanding police and fire departments. As well, I pledge my full support and a heartfelt thank you to the employees at the water department and the sewer department, along with public works, sanitation, and the parks. Thank you to all of the city employees who work very hard every day to make our city the very best it can be. I humbly ask for your vote and your trust, and I hope you vote on April 6th. And please consider Stephanie Akery, David Parker, Kevin Schoonmaker, and Sonia Berg. They've done an outstanding job and deserve re-election. Thanks again for having me this evening. I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Matt Timian, and I'm running for Moline City Council to represent the 4th Ward. I was raised in the 4th Ward. I attended Logan Elementary School, and I'm thrilled that my son is attending the very same school that I did. I fundamentally believe that our actions show our character. So when I was in my 20s, we adopted a child out of the foster care system. Well, life isn't easy and it's rarely predictable, and soon I found myself as a single parent raising my son Santiago all by myself. Now, I learned a few things here. I learned that being a single parent is not easy, and doing it during a global financial crisis is hard. There were times when I had utilities shut off, my gas and electric, and the only way I could keep my head above water was by relying on the community that I had to help me stay afloat. Which is why I firmly believe in the strength of communities. And I believe that what is the best for the communities we live in is almost always what's best for the people that live within them. Now, when my youngest son was born, we chose to move back to Moline. Right back to the same neighborhood where I grew up in the 4th Ward. And when we got here, we saw a lot of the same things that you see. We saw a revolving door at City Hall. We saw empty storefronts. We saw a city council whose priorities do not match my own. Instead of complaining about it endlessly, I decided instead to do something about it. If I'm fortunate enough to be elected to city council, we need to make a few changes. Here are a few of the priorities I would like to focus on. Number 1, we need to bring accountability back to City Hall. Now, my opponent and others will say that their experience is what makes them the best choice for these positions. But their experience is what gave us a city council fond of pointing fingers, refusing accountability and rejecting responsibility. Moline needs a city council who will lead, not play politics with the truth. We need leaders who can fully take on the mantle of this job, and part of that is admitting when you're wrong. Number 2, I want to stop outsourcing city work. Like I said, I think our actions show our character, not our words. And while the current city council has said repeatedly that they don't want to outsource crucial city services and they're not trying to privatize these parts of the city, their actions say otherwise. We have seen time and time again crucial city work being outsourced instead of being hired in-house. This is oftentimes at the expense of the taxpayer. We're paying more money for lower quality work. As your elected official in city council, I will do what I can to bring the city workers back to Moline, to help build this strong base that we need as our foundation to keep Moline on track. Number 3, I want to fill the leadership vacuum at City Hall. You've seen the same thing that I have. Empty storefronts up and down the avenue, empty storefronts downtown, empty storefronts down by South Park Mall. That's because the planning and development director position has been empty for 23 months. 23 months. But that's not the only high-level position that we're missing. We have lost 11 high-ranking members of city staff over the last 2 years. Something about our city and how it's currently being run is forcing people to leave early and take early retirement, oftentimes with a penalty, instead of just sticking it out a few more years. We need to identify what the problem is and fix it. I've been endorsed by a number of major trade unions in the area. They know, as well as I do, that the only way we can get the kind of change that we really need is with a change of leadership. I hope I can get your support as well. I believe that Moline should be a welcoming city, open to new people and new ideas, and frankly, a new way of doing things. Because what we've been doing isn't going to work anymore. My name is Matt Timian, and I'm running for 4th Ward Alderman in Moline City Council. Thank you.